Hello traders, it is Thursday, July 18th. We are about halfway through the trading day and it is time for my weekly video. Everything that you see is available at www.oneoption.com and we are going to be focusing on Option Stalker. In particular, we're going to be looking for swing trades. I produce this video for Option Stalker subscribers each week and I focus on swing trades. So if you're viewing this video when it's posted on YouTube, I post it 1 week after the fact, but you're able to go back and take a look at all the trade recommendations and how they fared. So you've got the benefit of hindsight, and you can also go through and look at each one of the videos that I've posted, take a look at the track record, and start putting together a performance picture. I think you'll be very, very impressed. This is a systematic approach and it works. So again, www.oneoption.com, Option Stalker. So on a swing basis, I'm assuming that you'll be using Option Stalker on an end of day basis. We do also offer a real-time version, but that requires an account with Tradier or Interactive Brokers for that real-time data interface. So let's take a look at what we've got this week. I always start off with the S&P 500, market first, market first, market first. I've been saying for the last week that this float higher here on light volume was precipitated by dovish comments from the Fed. Everyone's expecting a 1/4 point rate cut in 2 weeks, and also the fact that earnings season was approaching. The bid to the market tends to be very strong heading into earnings season. But I'd also mentioned that on this very light volume, as we can see down here, this rally is really momentum driven. There's not a lot of conviction, and we see that in the light volume, and these gains could easily be stripped away. So I was encouraging swing traders to do nothing in here. Now, because I'm forced to produce a weekly video, I'm forced to find trading opportunities. I'm happy to say that all the stocks that I've picked have performed well, but I do not like the market backdrop right here. In fact, if we see a breakdown below this horizontal support line right here at SPY 295, that would be a failed breakout, and I would have no problem shorting the market right here. So we're not too far from it, and it wouldn't take much of a move. I'm going to be focusing only on bullish trades today because I do still expect a couple of weeks of decent price action as mega cap tech stocks prepare to report earnings. Shorts are usually not very aggressive ahead of Facebook, Apple, Google, Amazon, the really big names. We did get earnings from Netflix yesterday. They disappointed, but it really didn't have too much of a market impact. To me, of greater significance was CSX, a rail company. Transportation stocks are an economic barometer, and if we see transportation stocks starting to falter, that is a bigger issue for me personally. I start to get more bearish. So again, for right now, we're going to be focusing on bullish picks this week. Our ultimate stop on any position is SPY 295, a close below it. So I'm going to first click lists, and this is Option Stalker. You're looking at the platform right now. We're going to go into the July 12th picks. These are the stocks that I highlighted last week, so I always like to start with a review of what we picked last week. Mind you, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4 negative days in a row here, and that's about when we recorded this video. So I would expect to see the stocks down a little bit. Well, CPRI actually did well after the video here, rallied up, and now it's started to give back those gains. As I've been mentioning, I like to use the prior day low or the prior day open in this case, since it opened on its low and rallied higher, I would have stopped out right in here. I'm very nervous market. For sure, you could have stopped out on the low the prior day, right there. You would have stopped out today and still made a little bit of money on it. And that's what you can really expect out of any of these picks. Most stocks, they're up one day, they're down the next. They're up in one day, then they're down the next. There's no follow through because there's no market tailwind. Intel was one that we were going to do. I showed you in the last video how to construct bullish put spreads and how to use the earnings search to find these candidates. We knew that Intel has a tendency to rally 2 weeks ahead of earnings, and that is true more than 75% of the time over the last 12 quarters. So that's a very strong bias, and we wanted to take advantage of it. I'm going to overlay major moving averages here. There's the 200-day, there's the 100-day, and we were leaning on that 200-day moving average. We were going to sell a bullish put spread below that 249 level. And in fact, we were able to sell the 249 puts and buy the 248.50 puts for better than a dime credit when this video was produced. Those will expire tomorrow. We were able to do that for better than a dime on a 50-cent spread. That represents a 25% return on capital. In all likelihood, this spread will expire. Probably can buy it back for a penny right now if you were so inclined, but it's going to be a good trade. So we've got one that made money out of the gate, should have stopped out for a profit. This one looks like a nice trade. NVS was a short contingent on the market breaking down. The market did not break down, and the stock had earnings. You can see how it gapped up. So we were looking to trade this breakdown through horizontal support here. We needed a bearish market to get it going. Never happened. And we would have needed the stock to stay below this horizontal support line. It did not. So in both cases, we would not have done the trade. SBGI was another one of our picks. Broke out. Then we come in here. Should have been stopped out right in there when it started closing below the prior day's low. So we've got to keep our stops super, super tight right now, and we have to hope that we catch a little bit of a runner. That's what we're going to be looking for today. We're going to see if we can find some stocks that have nice breakouts and good momentum, relative strength, and then we'll take advantage of that. So I'm simply going to run one search. It's all I need most of the time. This process should take you about 5 minutes a night. We're not talking about putting hours and hours of research in. I'm going to click scanner. I'm going to click bullish. I'm going to click pop bull. This is my favorite search for swing trades. So I'm going to click on PM. Really nice breakout here through the major moving averages. Not going to chase. Too far out of the gate. Too far out of the gate. Like this a lot. This is a nice breakout. SAND I would want to buy on a pullback. So the stock is really, really rocketed higher today. So we need to try and bid for the stock at a lower level. So I would suggest trying to buy it somewhere in the middle of this most recent bar, right in here around the 605 level. I like it. Really like it. Big volume. This is a nice one. Cheap little stock. Forget options. You don't need options on a $6 stock. The stock is like an option. This is a nice little breakout through horizontal resistance on ALKS. I like it. Decent volume here. So yes, and you would use that breakout as your stop. So very, very easy trade to manage. Very limited downside because we're right on support. We keep our stop nice and tight. We look for follow through right up in here. So we have very, very nice upside, very limited downside. That's how I like to construct my trades. This stock has made a monster move. We've got a breakout through a compression here, I don't like the fact that it's run so hard. It could continue to go higher, but I think this is more for day traders than for swing traders because there's a chance that it can make a very big move intraday. I like this, MTCH, breakout through horizontal resistance. We want to see it clear that high right there. And we want to see it close above that high. So yes, it looks good right now, but I think that's probably around the $76 level. So yes, I would say MTCH, if it can stay above $76, I like it. And you would use that as your stop. Just clicking through this one list. Look at this. This is gorgeous. Nice breakout, horizontal resistance, runs up, compression, breakout. So it's got everything I like except for decent volume. So I'm not going to put that on the list. We've got to draw the line somewhere. And I don't want to load you up with a bunch of stocks either because I don't like the market here. AMAT's pretty choppy. Up, down, up, down, up, down. So from week to week, you get this. It could be down here next week, and I'd have to show you a loser. Long term, you want to draw an uptrend line like this. See how I'm connecting the bottoms. And then you want to draw that horizontal resistance level. If I can buy that stock somewhere around the $45 level, it's a much better entry point. So you get your nice move up, you get a little retracement, test the bid, then buy it there, and then it runs up. So I do like AMAT, I just don't like it at this current price level. FDC, love this breakout here. This is nice. Got a good compression right in here. Got big volume down in here. Nice breakout. Yep, that makes the list. This is a sweet little stock. See that big gap? Stocks have a tendency to fill in that gap. And drop that alert line right there. That was the high from this particular day, but we're already starting to fill in the gap here. We're through this horizontal resistance right here. Drop that alert line right there. We want to see it through this level. So if the stock can close above $21, sale is on the list. Okay, but that's the caveat. Has to be above $21. MO, nothing there. SNV, nah, no. Really, really powerful move here. Can't say that I'd want to do that for a swing trade. A little bit too hot. Nice move here. Nothing there. All I'm doing is clicking through. This is nice. Nice uptrend. Trying to get through horizontal resistance. We have the 100-day moving average here to lean on. So that's a nice stock. This could be a nice breakout here. It's got resistance at the 200-day. It's still got to move through, so not right now. This is nice. Stock trends well, comes down, bounces, spends a little bit of time here trying to break out. NLY, ZBH, GPN, Global Payments, really strong trend. Compression, trying to get through. Nice looking chart. Starbucks, overextended in my opinion. Would not touch it. Baxter looks pretty good in here. I like this compression here. What I don't like is the stock popped up and then pulled back today, leaving a long tail above the body. We want to see a breakup, but we want to see boom, 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 higher. So it needs to close above 83.25, and then it would be worth considering, and we would use that $83 on a closing basis as our stop. That's how easy. This video is going to be super short. I'm going to go in, I'm going to create my list here. Click list, get the drop down, create the name. We're going to call this July 18. And then we'll enter the symbols. So SAND I really liked, ALKS, MTCH, FDC, SAIL, BAX. Easy. Save it. Okay, so here's our recap. Going to go through every stock, going to help you put the game plan together. ALKS. Okay, nice breakout right here. We want it to stay above that breakout. That's the $24 level. We want it to close above $24. We'll get in here and we'll use $24 as our stop on a closing basis. Nice support level here, minimum downside, keep our stop tight. It's got lots of nice upside to that 100-day moving average. That's the game plan. Baxter we just looked at, we want to see it close above 83.25. And then when I say close above 83.25, in the last 5 minutes of trading, check the stock, set a little reminder on your phone. Hey, Baxter's above 83.25, I'll buy it. So we're using $83, this level right in here, as our stop on a closing basis. Again, nice upside, very limited downside. And that's how we want to play it in this go nowhere market. Really like FDC here. This is nice. We want to try and buy this stock halfway through this green bar, and I'm going to call that the 2860 level. So that would be your limit order, 2860. And on this one, you're going to use a stop, and we'll use that opening price as our stop. So we'll use that opening price as your stop. So if the stock closes below this level, which is about $28, exit the trade. But this is a beautiful breakout on good volume. Really like FDC. MTCH is trying. Got 1, 2 attempts, 3 attempts, finally through. Long tails on top, so it's hit some resistance here, but it's trying to break through. We want to see this stock close above $75, which it appears to be doing today, and then we would buy it and use a close below $75 as our stop. Sale wants to get going. We're going to buy that if it closes above $21, and then we will use $21 as our stop on a closing basis. And the expectation is that it will start to fill in this gap. Sand, really nice horizontal breakout here. We want to see if we can get a little bit of a pullback to this 605 level, $6.05. That's where we would want to buy it. We'd use our stop right here at the $5.90 close on a closing basis. Anything below $5.90 on a closing basis, we would want to get out. But it's got good volume. If we can buy that at $6.05, I think we've got some really nice upside to that trade. So I'm going to close with one more recap. SPY 295 must hold. We do not want to see the SPY below this level or stop out of every position. Get out. You do not want to be long, because if this breakout fails, if we get some weak earnings guidance, we could see a nasty little backslide here, and we want to be out of our positions. That's it. We used one search, Pop Bull this week. We found 6 really nice candidates. I gave you the game plan for each. When I do my video next week, I expect to show you some really nice winners out of this group. Thank you.